When you live for Jesus Christ, don't be surprised if a whole series of opposites occur in your life. When Jesus is praying his prayer in the garden in John 17, he mentions some of those. In John 17, verse 13, in speaking to his Father, he says, "But now I come to you, and these things I speak in the world, that they," speaking about the disciples, "may have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them your word, and the world has hated them because they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. I do not pray that you should take them out of the world, but that you should keep them from the evil one." You see the opposites that are occurring here, even in the prayer of Jesus. He talks about joy, and he talks about his joy. He says, "My joy be fulfilled in them," his joy being in them. And then he talks about the world hating them. And why do they hate them? Why will they hate the disciples? Why do they hate the disciples even yet today? Jesus says, "I have given them your word, and the world has hated them." I am at a loss to understand exactly why some people just hate the word, why they hate the Bible. I know there are many people who do not care to have anything to do with the teachings of the Bible, perhaps do not even believe in the Bible, but they don't necessarily hate it. But then there's a window of people in the world who just hate the Word of God. And consequently, they hate anyone who talks about the Word of God, and they hate the disciples of the Word of God. Jesus says, "I'm praying for these people who will experience this hatred," both his disciples then, his disciples, you and me now, that his joy can be fulfilled in them and in us. That we might still find joy in spite of the fact that we may be surrounded by hate. And it's all because of the world. It's because of that element of people, that element of thinking that Satan has gotten a hold of to create this opposition and hatred. Because why? What does the Word do? It exposes the world. It exposes sin. It exposes all the shortcomings and all the problems. And so the world hates that. Jesus ironically prays after that, I'm not asking you to take them out of the world. Seems like that would be the greatest solution. But I'm not asking you to take them out of the world. I'm asking you just to keep them, to guard them from evil, the evil one. You see, if they had been taken out of the world, if we are taken out of the world, the mission of Jesus cannot be accomplished. So he prays for his joy to be in us in spite of the hatred, because we have the Word, and he prays that in spite of all of that, we remain here, we remain faithful, and because of that, we accomplish Jesus' mission. There's hope for the world after all.